Episode 15. Dungeon Beast Twins Extended Version. The Trials of Class 2B. The next morning, the students of Class 2B stood in a long line, waiting to receive their first mission. As they did, members of Class 1B walked past, throwing smug glances and whispers filled with doubt. "Look at them," one sneered. "No way they'll make it past the first dungeon." Ishii smirked and took a step forward. "If it's a fight you want, we can settle this right now." The students of Class 1B merely laughed and kept walking. Meanwhile, Ligo, Weishi, and Filu found themselves facing another issue. A trembling student named Mikomo stood before them, eyes wide with tears. The children of the spirit gods. The devil hunters," he stammered, his voice thick with fear. Mikomo's gift allowed him to perceive past, present, and future, and he could reflect certain abilities and powers. He could see something in them that terrified him. A nearby teacher stepped in, placing a hand on Mikomo's shoulder. "You're overreacting. The children of the spirit gods disappeared long ago." She turned to Ligo and the others, offering an apologetic bow before guiding Mikomo away. Soon after, the students were given their assignments. Each group received 5 health potions, a teleportation scroll for emergencies, and enough food to last their journey. Class 2B split into teams, each heading toward their designated dungeon. Ligo, Weishi, and Filu set off toward the eastern dungeon, while Ariano, Earthina, Ishii, and Mikono made their way west. It took 3 days of travel before the students reached their destinations. The dungeon trials begin. Upon entering their dungeon, Ligo, Weishi, and Filu saw nothing out of the ordinary. They ventured deeper, carefully evading various traps that sprung at them. Eventually, they discovered a golden scroll resting atop an ancient pedestal. The moment Filu touched it, the air trembled. From the shadows, 4 medium-class creatures lunged forward. Ligo reacted first, summoning electric spark engine lightning arc through the air, striking one of the creatures with crackling force. Filu followed up with Hellfire Rush, flames roaring as he surged forward, incinerating another enemy. Weishi raised her hands, casting vines of light, golden tendrils ensnaring the remaining creatures and crushing them under divine pressure. When the battle ended, they absorbed a rush of experience, unlocking new abilities. Meanwhile, Ariano, Earthina, Ishii, and Mikono had also retrieved their golden scroll, gaining their own share of power. However, something was wrong. Typically, teams were automatically teleported back upon completion of their mission. Yet neither team was transported. Then, they sensed an ominous presence. The same mysterious figures who had threatened the school during the final trial emerged, one in the east and another in the west. The awakening of Seigi. Far south, a mysterious government official awoke in an unknown place. Before him stood an ancient, abandoned tower. As he approached, the doors creaked open on their own. The man narrowed his eyes. "I'm not falling for the same trick again," he muttered, turning to flee. The tower suddenly illuminated with celestial energy. Before he could react, he was pulled into another dimension. When he opened his eyes, he stood before 7 spirits and 7 angels. 2 beings of immeasurable power hovered at the center. "Open your mind," one commanded. "Relax your body. Free your soul." The man hesitated but obeyed. Heat flooded his veins, his breath turning to ice. Fire ignited in his eyes, while his soul radiated pure energy. "You are no longer Seiki," the powerful being declared. "From this day forth, you are Seigi, the sage of the godly realm. You are the child of the divine sage, and one day, you shall inherit his crown." Seigi clenched his fist, a sense of newfound purpose filling him. "Watch over the students of Earth," the being continued. "Protect them with your power." Seigi nodded, his expression firm. "I will." The Dungeon Beast Twins. Back in the eastern dungeon, Ligo, Weishi, and Filu faced their mysterious intruder. Finally, the enemy revealed himself. "I am Darkanos," he said, his voice like a growl of thunder. One of the Dungeon Beast Twins. Weishi's spirit of the forest and healing materialized. Darkanos and his twin, Devlin, are creatures of darkness. "Be careful." Darkanos wasted no time, firing a barrage of dark arrows. The explosion sent Ligo, Weishi, and Filu crashing backward. Before they could recover, Darkanos launched another attack, Dark Beast Dragon Blast. A massive, shadowy dragon surged toward them. They had no time to dodge. The impact created a shockwave, but when the dust settled, they found themselves unharmed. A shimmering shield surrounded them, conjured by Weishi's spirit. I can only block one attack like that, the spirit warned. You must run. Weishi clenched her fists. I won't run. I'll fight to protect this world from monsters like him. Ligo and Filu nodded in agreement. Darkanos grinned. Then die where you stand. He rushed forward, faster than before. A sudden surge of water flooded the battlefield. The water spirit and his creatures appeared, intercepting Darkanos' attack. You handle healing, the water spirit said to the forest spirit. I'll handle him. Darkanos roared in frustration, slashing at the water creatures, but they held firm. Weishi, fully restored, prepared a spell to combine their powers. The two spirits unleashed Water Forest Spiral, a vortex of nature and liquid energy. Darkanos staggered but didn't fall. Ligo, Weishi, and Filu combined their own elements. Their trio element explosion struck true, sending Darkanos into a rage. His body pulsed with black and purple energy. He transformed, dark wings unfurling. With a single beat, he cleared the smoke, searching for them. But they were gone. Suddenly Weishi used her forest vines to grab Darkanos' feet to slow him down a few seconds. Ligo quickly used his electric soul trap to hold Darkanos' soul for 45 seconds with chance to paralyze Darkanos. Filu uses his sun imitation spell to light up the entire dungeon, even reaching a little outside the dungeon. When the flash of imitated sunlight cleared, Darkanos was gone and an rare red and orange colored spirit light appeared and the whole team received experience and gained a level. Devlin's Wrath. Meanwhile, in the western dungeon, Devlin deflected every attack Ariano, Earthina, Ishi, and Mykono threw at him. With a flap of his wings, he unleashed devastating dark arrows, a storm of demonic energy that sent the team sprawling. He smirked. Pathetic. Raising his hand, he invoked Dark Heavenly Lightning Storm. The sky turned black, bolts of purple lightning raining down. The students cried out as the attack struck them. Devlin gathered a final attack, a massive orb of condensed dark energy. Die, Devil Slayers! Just as he launched it, a radiant flash blinded the battlefield. When the light faded, a figure stood between them. Twila, the spirit of light and elements. What just happened? Devlin snarled. Twila smirked. Are you dense? I happened. Devlin attacked, but Twila vanished, reappearing above him. She summoned Windstorm of Light Vortex, trapping him. A powerful beam of divine energy struck Devlin, paralyzing him. The students seized their chance. Channeling their power, they invoked the ultimate Pure Rain spell, an ancient incantation only spirit holders could wield. Holy rain fell, disintegrating Devlin's darkness. No, Devlin howled as his body dissolved into light. Twila turned to Mykono. You're my new partner now. With the battle won, the students from both schools absorbed their rewards. Ariano gained the Sky Spirit of Space and Dimensions, while Filu bonded with the Fire Spirit Guardian, Queen of the Suns. Finally, the trials were over. But an even greater evil was already stirring in the shadows.